get you home.
Hacksaw Ridge unfolds as a deeply powerful and emotionally charged story that stands apart from traditional war narratives by focusing not only on the brutality of battle, but also on the strength of conviction, faith, and the courage to stand firm in one's beliefs even in the face of overwhelming opposition. From the very beginning, the film establishes a tone that is both intimate and intense, drawing the audience into the life of a man whose principles set him on a path that few would dare to walk. It is a story that explores the idea that true bravery is not always defined by aggression, but sometimes by restraint and unwavering commitment to what one believes is right. At the heart of the narrative is a young man who grows up with a strong moral foundation, shaped by personal experiences and a deep sense of right and wrong. His journey into the world of war is not driven by a desire for violence or glory, but by a sense of duty and a commitment to serve in a way that aligns with his beliefs. This internal conviction becomes the defining aspect of his character, setting him apart from those around him and placing him in a position of constant challenge and scrutiny. As he enters a structured and demanding military environment, the contrast between his values and the expectations placed upon him becomes immediately apparent. The system he steps into is built on discipline, obedience, and the readiness to engage in combat, yet he holds firmly to his decision not to take a life. This creates tension not only with authority figures but also with his fellow soldiers, who struggle to understand his. The environment becomes one of where his resolve is questioned and his determination is pushed to its limits. The narrative carefully explores the idea of conviction under pressure, showing how difficult it can be to maintain one's principles when faced with opposition from every direction. The protagonist is subjected to ridicule, doubt, and even hostility, yet he remains steadfast. His strength does not come from physical dominance, but from an inner resilience that refuses to be shaken. This aspect of the story adds a layer of emotional depth, as the audience witnesses the cost of standing alone in a system that demands conformity. As the story progresses, the focus shifts from the internal to the external reality of war. The transition is stark and impactful, moving from controlled environments to chaotic and unpredictable battlefields. The setting becomes harsh and unforgiving, with every moment defined by danger and uncertainty. The film does not hold back in its portrayal of combat, presenting it in a way that is raw and unfiltered, emphasizing the intensity and of the situation. Within this chaos, the protagonist's role takes on new meaning. While others are focused on fighting, he dedicates himself to saving lives, moving through the battlefield with a sense of purpose that contrasts sharply with the destruction around him. This choice places him in extraordinary situations where courage is measured not by the ability to attack, but by the willingness to risk everything to help others. His actions become a testament to the idea that bravery can take many forms, each equally powerful. The battlefield itself is depicted with a level of realism that enhances the emotional impact of the story. The terrain is difficult, the conditions are harsh, and the sense of danger is constant. Every step forward carries risk, and every moment is filled with tension. This environment serves as a backdrop that amplifies the protagonist's actions, highlighting the scale of what he is attempting to do. The film also places significant emphasis on the reactions of those around him. As his actions begin to speak louder than words, the perception of his character starts to shift. Those who once doubted him begin to see the value of his choices, recognizing the strength required to act with compassion and such. This adds a powerful dimension to the narrative, showing how actions can change perspectives and build respect even in the most challenging environments. One of the most compelling aspects of the story is its exploration of faith and purpose. The protagonist's beliefs are not presented as abstract ideas, but as guiding principles that shape every decision he makes. His faith provides him with a sense of direction and strength, allowing him to face situations that would overwhelm others. This element of the narrative adds depth, making the story not just about physical survival but about spiritual endurance as well. The pacing of the film is carefully structured, allowing for moments of reflection alongside intense sequences of action. This balance ensures that the emotional weight of the story is not lost amid the chaos. Quiet moments provide insight into the character's mindset, while action sequences highlight the reality of the world he is navigating. This combination creates a rhythm that keeps the audience engaged while also allowing for deeper connection. The sound design and visual elements work together to create an immersive experience. The noise of battle, the sudden bursts of action, and the periods of silence all contribute to the overall atmosphere. Visually, the film uses contrast effectively, juxtaposing moments of calm with scenes of intense conflict. This approach enhances the impact of both, making each moment feel significant. As the narrative builds toward its climax, the stakes become increasingly high. The protagonist is faced with challenges that test not only his physical endurance, but also his mental and emotional strength. The decisions he makes during these moments define the outcome, highlighting the themes of sacrifice and determination. The tension reaches its peak as the story converges on a series of events that encapsulate everything that has been developed up to that point. The resolution of the story is both powerful and reflective, focusing on the impact of the protagonist's actions rather than on traditional notions of victory. The emphasis remains on the human element, showing how one individual's commitment to his beliefs can influence others and create lasting change. This approach reinforces the central themes of the narrative, leaving a strong impression. In the aftermath, the film takes a moment to acknowledge the journey that has taken place. The experiences of the characters are given space to resonate, allowing the audience to fully absorb the significance of what has been shown. This reflective tone adds depth to the ending, ensuring that the story lingers beyond its final moments. At its core, Hacksaw Ridge is a story about courage, conviction, and the power of staying true to oneself in the face of overwhelming pressure. It challenges conventional ideas of heroism, presenting a perspective that is both unique and deeply inspiring. By focusing on the human aspects of war, it creates a narrative that is both emotionally engaging and thought-provoking. The characters remain central to the story, their journeys intertwined with the events unfolding around them. Their reactions, growth, and provide a sense of continuity, grounding the narrative in relatable experiences. This focus on character ensures that the story remains accessible even as it explores complex themes. The film ultimately leaves a lasting impression through its portrayal of resilience and humanity. It demonstrates that strength is not always found in, but in the ability to hold on to one's principles when everything else is falling apart. This message resonates deeply, making the story both impactful and memorable. In the end, Hacksaw Ridge stands as a powerful exploration of what it means to serve, to believe, and to endure. It captures the intensity of its setting while also highlighting the strength of its central character, creating a narrative that is both compelling and inspiring.